In neuroplasticity, we can see that areas of the brain all talk to one another to do even the most simple task. When you have an impairment in part of the brain or some type of insult to the brain, those parts of the brain can no longer communicate with one another. The fascinating thing about neuroplasticity is that by engaging the brain in some type of stimulating behavior, we can overpass or reroute neurons so that they go to areas of the brain that are working, and we can then regain function through rewiring the brain. Now, what do we know about the rehabilitation techniques that seem to facilitate neuroplasticity? And honestly, we know quite a bit at this point. So you see that we have neuroplasticity in the middle, and then we, on the outside circles, represent the types of therapeutic programs that seem to best facilitate neuroplasticity. Let's start with my favorite one, the top one, meaning. We know that when people are in therapy, if we introduce activities that have meaning for them, that increases their attention, that increases their engagement in the activity, and it is more likely to engage a neuroplastic process than having them engage in something that has no meaning to them. I'll give you a great example of this from my early clinic years. I remember in my first or second year in the clinic, I was engaging a 92-year-old man in making brownies, and I was very proud of myself that I was making him do something functional. However, what he kept telling me during the process is, I don't make brownies. So, unfortunately, while I was engaging him in some type of activity, I was not engaging him in something meaningful. And so, from there, I learned a very good lesson about finding things that are meaningful. Now, moving down the circles, we look at specificity, and that is the concept that we learn what we practice. So it's very important that we consider choosing tasks that are specific related to the tasks that we want people to get better at. If I want to get better at playing the piano, I don't play the harp, I play the piano. And if I want somebody to get better at putting on their shoes and socks, I help them train in putting on their shoes and socks. That's task specificity. And we know that the more specific we are with the task that we're training them to, the more likely we are to engage or initiate neuroplasticity.